building a stronger civil society in Egypt.
Mr. Ambassador, as you just pointed out, now due to the deep historical relationship between Egypt and Italy, Italy has been quite supportive of having a civil society and equal human rights and the women's role in society. But what are the things that Italy are still concerned about or worried about post the 25th of January revolution?
To say concern maybe is too important expression, but is evident. I think is evident to so many intellectuals, is evident to the youth movement of Egypt, with whom we have a very close interaction. We are promoting also initiative with them. I think it's evident to everybody that as always in this kind of situation, you are going through a transition. And there are great challenges, because the path to building a real free and democratic society is not an easy or quick path. So I think this is the main point, but again, I think all the intellectuals, and I think also most of the group who have triggered this change are very well aware of this fact, that there is a lot of work which has to be done, because to establish a democracy, to establish a free society, these are complex reality. So it's not enough to say the word and like with the magic stick, you will have the result. So a lot of work has to be done with commitment, and as you see, I dare saying that the first point which should be also kept in mind is the economy. Egypt should send a strong message to the international community, in particular to the international economic community, that is continue to build, that there is now a stable society, and this process towards establishing a more democratic, a more open, a more just, a more fair society will continue with determination.
Ambassador Pacifico, it is sometimes said that only few listen to the past. By reading history books, one will find out that most societies went more or less through the same experiences after revolutions or after independence or liberation movements. How can Italy help Egypt at this phase of its transformation? How can we benefit from your experience, as you went through the same experience, more or less?
Well, you know, again, let me say, I know that on this point I repeat myself, in particularly when I have the opportunity of speaking to the media and through you to the Egyptian public opinion. I am very proud of the fact that Italy is the first partner of Egypt. It has been so for many years. And as I said always, this special partnership, it has not only been an economic, or commercial, or industrial, or for investment. It has been a global relationship, which I think started because all the sectors and segments of our societies have been naturally in touch with each other. And that is the reason why from decades we have established so many projects beyond what you say a political or economic cooperation. We have projects in healthcare, in training, as you know. We have an incredible amount of programs in training and in offering also new opportunity of job. We have programs in education, in the environment. We were speaking before about that. A part of economic projects. So we feel that because of these links, because also of this position, we have also a kind of special moral responsibility towards Egypt. And first of all, we have tried to show with the tools of the diplomacy to show that we are stand by Egypt. Let me, in this context, recall a political episode. It's a small episode, but it has a great symbolic importance. Our foreign minister was the first foreign minister to ever come to Cairo in the immediate aftermath of the revolution. And he came and he made the first visit of a Western foreign minister, I would say of the first foreign minister as such. Then your foreign minister, Nabil El Arabi, was the first political visit of a government to an European or Western capital was Rome. We were very honored by that. And those again was a signal of how stronger than ever was continuing our special relationship. And then, I want to take this occasion to express to him again my personal gratitude, Prime Minister Ashraf was so sensitive to accept the invitation that our President of the Republic sent to him as to a close number of the major world leaders to celebrate with us in Rome on the 2nd of June our 150th anniversary of the foundation of Italy, which was founded 150 years ago on those same universal, eternal value which have inspired the best part of the revolution, the youth of Tahrir Square, and which are inspiring today the Egyptian public opinion. So this is what we can do. We are trying to give all our wholehearted support, which is a political support, which we have lobbied within Europe, within the G8, for the international community to do its part and to stand by Egypt, first of all, economically, financially, as a consequence, to support Egypt for the consequence of this period of transition which is going through. And we did that also at bilateral level.
Economic cooperation between Italy and Egypt is growing stronger as Italy supports Egypt's path to democracy. The two countries are aiming at intensifying and strengthening debt conversion as a development instrument with a new joint declaration of intent. The document contains the two countries' agreement on the need for the financial resources resulting from debt conversion to be used for development projects in priority areas to be jointly identified after the signing of the new accord, which will follow previous ones signed in the framework of the Development Cooperation Framework Agreement in February 2001 and in June 2007. Egypt and Italy signed in Rome on May 17th a number of agreements on tourism, labor, culture, and the establishment of the Italian University in Egypt. Also, a number of memorandums of understanding were signed. This came during a visit by Egyptian Foreign Minister Nabil El Arabi to Italy for the first Egyptian-Italian talks since the January 25th revolution. El Arabi and his Italian counterpart, Franco Frattini, signed a memorandum of understanding on a debt for development swap deal. El Arabi signed another agreement with Italian Labour Minister on opening an office in Cairo for those wishing to travel to Italy for seasonal work. Cairo and Rome are committed to supporting dialogue on Egypt's debts and focusing on developing bilateral cooperation. During the visit, the foreign minister held talks with a number of Italian officials on ways to promote bilateral relations and other issues of mutual concern.
Hello and welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of With the Ambassador. Now we are doing the continuation with our interview with the Turkish ambassador to Cairo, Ambassador Hussein Avni-Botsali. Your Excellency, talking about the Arab Spring, the past few months proved to be a long winter for Syria. And during Prime Minister Erdogan's visit to Egypt and in his Cairo Opera House address, he made it clear that in Syria reforms have not been materialized, and Assad is not believed by the Syrian people, and nor does Prime Minister Erdogan believe him either. So how do you think the development of the Syrian situation is going to look at the end, and should we expect any Turkish involvement or Turkish intervention within the Syrian problem?
Well, I feel sorry for Syria. Syria is very important to us because it's just like whatever Libya means for Egypt. Syria is for Turkey because of adjacent, common borders. And we have a lot of businesses going on, fragmented families on both sides of the borders. Some people on our side speak Arabic, some people on Syrian side speak Turkish. And since 1998, when Bashar al-Assad's father, Hafez al-Assad, dramatically changed Syria's unconstructive policies vis-à-vis Turkey, our bilateral relations in every respect have been flourishing. That means we had almost 25 years of constant rise in economic, trade, industrial, cultural, social and political interaction, and we were hoping that that would help bring new momentum to the Syrian effort for reform and democracy, as well as effort for improving the living standards of the country, because in our times one of the prime keys to lasting peace and stability will remain in the foreseeable future economic progress.
Mr. Ambassador, having a broader vision of the Middle East, is the current transformation now underway in the region, offering a chance for countries with some hegemonic hidden agendas to advance their aims for this part of the world?
Israeli people are also manifesting against the policies of their government. I think the change, if the change will be there, it will be for everybody, and there should not be double standards. So all the regimes and governments will draw their own respective lessons. Now, the women of Saudi Arabia, for example, are gaining their right to vote, which is a giant step compared to what was in the past.
Ambassador Nahwi, can you please give us a quick synopsis of your diplomatic career up until you were